Your other. Welcome, welcome. We have our first panel interview for our Soulful and Magnetic Summit. So stay tuned.
Soulful and Magnetic, hosted by Tiffany Candle. Prosperity by design, RSVP for free
Welcome to the stage. We have Susan Shatzer. We have Brandi Cox. We have Terry Wildemann, and they are speaking at Soulful and Magnetic Summit on October 17th. But I'm giving you a chance to get to know them a bit more. We're going to interact in a fun, casual way. We want to make this playful and interactive, so feel free to post in the chat if you have any questions that you want us to answer. And do sign up to come play with us live on Zoom for the summit on October 17th. And Susan, I would like to start off by asking you to just tell us a little bit about you, like who you help, how you serve. And, we'll keep our answers to about a minute and go ahead and get us rocking and rolling.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tiffany. As you can see by my surroundings, I am multitasking. Just picked up my apprentice in the airport here in Orlando, Florida, and we are going to be heading off to a conference this week. The people I serve are those men and women who are searching, struggling, are troubled, are having a difficult time, have issues, problems, anything that's not working for you, where you've tried your best, you have done self-help, gratitude journals, have been on seminars and podcasts, and I will be healing and shifting your reality live on the summit. Look forward to seeing you then.
Wonderful. Terry, and then we'll go Brandi.
Hey everybody, I'm Terry Wildemann. I am thrilled to be on this panel of such professional women. It's really a delight. I am the founder of Shiftology and Intuitive Leadership, and I love working. My passion is working with entrepreneurial leaders who have created a ton of success for themselves in all areas, yet when they wake up in the morning and their feet hit the ground, they recognize that something is missing. And together we get to the core of that something is missing. And we either redirect or clear out the emotional baggage or whatever it is that's in their way of creating where they are, which is successful, even more successful, so that they can serve more people in a more magnificent way.
Thank you so much. Brandi.
Hi, I'm Brandi Cox. I am so excited to be here. I am serving the people that are entrepreneurs who are like stuck. They're stuck. They can't get past this from their idea to actually making it a reality. And a lot of that has to do with, mindsets and, other mental blocks or whatever. But a lot of it has to do with implementation and those skills. So we do implementation as well as some of that mindset work.
Thank you. And a little bit about me. I've been a healer and a clairvoyant my entire life. I started getting paid for healing when I was 8 years young. I love helping the empathics who want to up level personally and or professionally. So I'll see what's in your subconscious mind that is blocking you from money, love, health, spirituality, and then use one of my many healing modalities to help you get aligned and congruent for success. And I'm the host of this summit. I'm the host of the Love Seen Heard TV show that is coming out within the next month on multiple streaming platforms. Thank you. Thank you. I'm the host of Soul of an Empath podcast and the Knowing You show. And I am featured in 3 upcoming transformation movie documentaries: Frequency of Miracles, Pillars of Power, which Susan is in there with me. We're both producers in that movie. And Rise of the Lioness, the power of feminine leadership. And those are just the first 3 because there's even more. In early next year, I'll be filming for the Money Matrix as well. So we've got lots of fun stuff and resources and wisdom to play with you guys today. At some point, we're also going to do some blessings for humanity to raise the vibe. And, for now, I want you to be able to learn more about these incredible speakers. So, Terry, if you would please tell us about, what does soulful and magnetic mean to you? And, how do you embody that in your life?
Well, soulful is about staying connected to the heart, the seat of the soul. And sometimes we're in our practical heads, which you know what that's all about. When we're in our practical minds trying to do a bazillion different things all at the same time, we disconnect from the heart. So when we're connected to the heart and with our soul, we can really tap into that intuitive guidance that helps us get to that space where we can really lead well for ourselves and for everybody else around us. Sometimes though, life gets in the way, and things are coming from all directions, and it's about just getting centered in the moment and to get into that authentic space of neutrality where you can really listen and get clear on what is going on in front of you.
Beautiful. Susan, what does soulful and magnetic mean to you, and how do you apply that, embody it?
I would love to tell you about soulful embodiment.
Sorry, I'm trying to get I don't know, my screen is just going wacky. I can't seem to get you
Can you
center
hear me
stage.
now?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So, soulful and magnetic, those are like magic words. Soulful is like who we are, our essence. Our soul is the spirit, is the being, is source. We've all come from source, and we're all energy. In fact, everything's energy. So energy can't be transformed. I mean, it can't be destroyed. It can only be transformed. So guess what? Yeah, you've been here for the life of the universe. And along the way, you've picked up a few things, a few barriers, or a few blocks. You've created a few walls. So we're going to drop those. We're going to take those down, those barriers and walls, and we are going to totally shift into the heart frequency in the present moment and allow the abundance and the magnetization begin for you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Brandi.
Well, so soulful to me is just being in alignment with what your mission is and what your purpose is and your passions and your dreams and who you want to help. And so, I really like to work with people who are super passionate about what they do and they just love helping people. And then I help them, become magnets for their ideal clients to come to them.
Nice. Thank you. Yes. Soulful to me is about connecting with our higher soul, with that divinity that is within us. And then what helps us to be even more magnetic is when we are aligned with that divine truth of, I'm a child of God and I'm here to love, help, and serve. And then I attract people who want to be served in that way, who want to feel that love, who want that gentle, safe upliftment into a better caliber person of who they're meant to be with, when minus all of the traumas and the wounds and the limitations that life and others, imprint onto them. And so we can shed that and we can be free. All right. So, ladies, and Brandi, why don't I start with you this time? Tell us about a time when you felt out of alignment and how you shifted to get yourself back into, your purpose and your soul power.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I pretty much I guess when I was young, I suppose I was always, what's called masking, trying to fit in, trying to, not be out, an outsider, trying to not really show off my own gifts. And so the more I kind of hid my gifts, the more I didn't realize like kind of who I was anymore. And so having over time, and as I got older, by the time I was like 40 something, I was like, well, I figure I just need to like just be myself and stop masking and stop hiding who I am and stop trying to fit into people and just be myself. And if people don't like it, then that's fine. Like not everybody likes everybody, and that's okay. So but it really allowed me to kind of figure out what I wanted to do and what I'm passionate about and, who I want to work with. So
Fly your freak flag, be you. Yes. For me, when I was invited to participate in movies, I was not at all interested. Like, I was freaking out. The visibility of it had my inner child feel very afraid. And so I was definitely out of alignment there. And then doing self-healing, meditation, receiving healing, like I pay other coaches and healers to also helped to get me back into I am safe. It's safe to be me. It's safe to be visible. It's safe to, be all of me. Right. And so, we can be vulnerable. We can share these authentic parts of us because we've been there. Right. Susan, tell us about a time when you have been out of alignment and what shifted there for you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tiffany, for that. So I find that anytime I'm in a frequency that's less than gratefulness, I'm out of alignment. My soul's frequency, the highest frequency just below God's consciousness in the emotional chart, is gratefulness. So anytime I'm not functioning from that, even in the trauma, drama, mystery, intrigue parts of our lives. So I look at it this way: either I'm divinely guided or I'm not, and you as well. You can't be a little bit pregnant.
Only partially pregnant.
No, it doesn't work that way. Does not work that way. So even in like the darkest of times, even in the worst of realities, the shift that's happening, all the stuff that's coming up, that's bubbling up to the top, the cream rises and then we scrape off the cream in the next layer. And I find so many people are saying, I thought I did that work already. Thought I did that inner child work. I thought I figured all of that shadow stuff out. What is this more of childhood stuff and shadow work coming up? Yeah, it's the new layers of cream that are rising to the top that are ready to get cleared off. So congratulations. Welcome aboard. Divine guidance. check your emotional level and take a look at how you can perceive and receive gratefulness at the top. So that's from me to you.
Thank you. Terry, how did you bring yourself back into alignment during a time when things were off?
Well, it's such a fascinating question, and I cracked up Susan when she was just saying that with the cream at the crop, because as a client recently said to me, "Oh, well, when I'm done working with you, then I'm gonna, everything is gonna be done, right?" No, you're gonna be working on this stuff until the day you croak, honey. It's just gonna be going on forever and ever and ever. And no matter, we're all healers here on this panel, and no matter how good we are as a healer, we are still human. So I do find myself, when I find myself in those states, when I need to realign, reconnect, and I wake up, just like Susan was saying, I wake up every morning grateful for my pillow, my sheets, my bed, my bedroom, my shower. I'm grateful for everything that comes in. That's how I start my day. But during the day, stuff happens. And again, we're human, and it's about remembering to shift into the heart. I talk about coherence, connecting the brain and the head with the brain and the heart, because when you're in that coherent space, you get to see things a little clearer. And it's also about simplifying. I find that entrepreneurs, we tend to make things really hard. We really do. And when we learn how to simplify and ask ourselves, is that taking me towards my goal, or is it taking me away from my goal? Today was one of those days where I was asking that a lot. Let me tell you, am I going towards my goal or away from my goal? And everything finally took us to my goal, but we had to simplify and simplify and simplify. So that deep breathing, the heart coherence, I call it quick shifting, going from combining the brain and the head with the brain and the heart, and breathing deeply, so that by physiologically, we're actually tuned in and tapped in to be able to really listen intuitively to the words that come, the images that come, the feelings that come, the senses that come. When we do that, we're in a very clear, authentic, focused space. And it's
Mhm.
about what we can to stay there.
Yeah. Terry, it reminds me of heart math. I mean, I love how there's science and spirituality, bridged together, and they're measuring the coherence of our heart
Well,
and
I'm
our.
licensed in heart math. I don't know if you know that, Tiffany.
You are?
I'm licensed in heart math. So
Awesome. I love heart math. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I refer people there who are more like engineering analytical, who haven't yet surrendered to the idea of meditation. Go play with heart math.
That's exactly right. And that's why I created Quick Shift. I've been licensed in heart math since 2001. And the thing is, with engineers or financial types or the architects or anyone who is very detail oriented, okay, they're in their practical minds. So to teach them to get into that heart space is absolutely huge. I tend to have an engineering mindset myself. So that's why there are times it's like, oh, I'm in my practical brain. I got to get back into my heart. And it's been since 2021. I mean, since 2001, I've been doing this stuff.
Oh, love it. Love
Okay,
it.
so I still have to practice this every single day. So yeah.
Well, we're spiritual beings. We're growing, we're evolving. And like Susan said earlier, we're going to be doing this inner work, well, until we reach enlightenment, and even with enlightenment, they talk about different levels of samadhi, right? And so when we can have that spiritual oneness, gosh, anything is possible. So my next question for you ladies, I want to ask about, like, what is the role that spirituality, intuition, and energy play with people's ability to be successful? And it feels like Susan might be the first one on this one.
I would love to be the first one. Yeah. So it's interesting. There's a level of awareness that starts to take place. You know how we're more aware than our parents, and our parents were more aware than their parents, and our children are more aware than we are? Yeah, it's supposed to be that way. So each generation that comes in is a little bit more aware than the generation before. So we're at the points now where our kids coming in are way more aware than we are. And they're creating their own systems, their own programs, their own frequencies, their own vibrations. My son continuously is showing up differently all the time. And I'm just in awe as to the things that our kids are choosing that we haven't thought of. So someone's success would have to do what their soul's goal is. So before you got down here, before you took on an embodiment, before you took on a human body, you had, specific things that you chose to experience here for your soul's evolution. What happens is you get down here and you forget what those were, and you think everything's happening to you. Well, actually, that's not the truth. The truth is you're creating it. So whatever's showing up in your world, you've either authorized it for the experience or you volunteered to give it to somebody else for their experience. So you've actually never done anything wrong. And I will leave you at that because that is huge. And I know so many people's worlds just blew up because that's what we're going to talk about. You haven't done anything wrong. There is a different possibility available to you that hasn't been available until now. So come join us on the summit. You're going to be there. We're going to be doing it. You will not be the same person you are when you get on the call with myself and Tiffany.
Absolutely, Susan. Yeah, I mean, there's karma to work out, there's lessons to be learned in this life, and we can either come from the mindset of kind of a victim, disempowered space of all these things are happening to me, at me, or we can take our power back and come from that conscious, graceful place of, wow, that thing, that didn't feel too good, but what a lesson I learned from that. And what an opportunity to grow. If we don't have friction in our life from time to time, we don't really grow. All right. All right, Brandi, what are your thoughts on it?
And say the whole question again.
I don't remember what it was, but something like, what is spirituality, energy, and intuition? How does that play a role in success and prosperity?
I mean, I guess if you are in alignment with your passions, then it'll just be a lot smoother. Like, I really, I mostly focus on, because I'm more of the engineering analytical. So I actually focus more on helping people just take their ideas and just turning them into action, and stop spiraling on them. And when they sit there and they're like, oh, I have this amazing idea, and they've been sitting on it for years or golly, sometimes decades, and they just haven't taken action. And I'm like, well, why don't we just start today? Like, let's just do it. No more sitting around, no more waiting. Let's just make it happen. Because there's so much that people are passionate about, and then they just get stuck. And I'm going, well, let's just get you unstuck.
Well, one of the things that you all are going to learn about Brandi during her talk is she gamifies stuff. She makes it fun so that there's milestones along the way that you can like win prizes and have like, you know, those dopamine hits, you know, as you're succeeding, right? And it keeps you motivated to continue onward.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, Terry, I know you do a lot with intuitive leadership. So, how does that intuition, spirituality, and energy, you know, play a role in prosperity and success?
Well, for me, intuition is everything. As I often say, ask folks, when was the last time you did not listen to your intuition and you lived to regret it? And usually, not one hand, you know, everybody in the room puts their hand up, not one hand is down, because there's always a time in our lives where we didn't listen to the intuition for whatever reason. And it's like, oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? And the foundation of that is trust. The foundation of listening to our intuition is trusting ourselves. Again, trusting the images that come, the voices that we hear, the senses that the emotions that we feel, the guidance that comes to us. And in leadership, there has to be intuition, because leadership is the emotional side of being able to work with people. Management is the practical side. And it's so important to merge both of them so that the people who you work with, not only do they get the practical, tactical, logical, which is the management, but the emotional, the energetic, and the spiritual, which is the leadership side. So to me, all of it is important in my personal life as well as my business life. And that's what I teach entrepreneurs, CEOs, and professionals to do, is to integrate that intuitive piece in there. The spirituality piece, some folks have a hard time with that when I do say it, because there's a religious edge to it to them. And we talk it through. And we say, you know, we talk about whether or not intuition and spirituality, how does it go against their religion or work with their religion? And that's something that needs to be honored after we have a discussion. So it's about honoring where people are. I had a situation in my when I owned my leadership center from 2001 to 2002. I'm sorry, from 2001 to 2009. I owned a leadership center here where I live, and it was fabulous. It was a lot of fun. However, there were a few folks, because the name holistic was in the title, it was called the Winds of Change Holistic Education and Leadership Center. They thought I was growing a cult.
Oh boy.
The word holistic.
You know, it was around that same time frame. I had a holistic healing center in Sacramento called the Prana Path. but, but I've never heard of people thinking that the word holistic is like a cult. That's new to me. But
This woman was
sorry that happened.
growing a cult. And I was like, no, look at what I actually pulled out the dictionary and gave her the definition. And unfortunately, she was so very loud and very controlling, and ended up ruining the training for everybody.
Hmm,
It was
bummer.
sad, but what can you do?
Onward and upward, ladies. Onward and
Exactly.
upward. You know, people have to be ready. Ready and willing to change, to be open and receptive to healing and transformation. And that is one of the things that like is part of who my clients and students must be, is that they're open and receptive and, you know, willing to do the inner and outer work to get there. You know, some people think, oh, you could just, you know, have one session or wave a magic wand and then it's all done. But no, it's inner work plus outer work, right? Yeah. Well, I would love to have a moment to talk more about our daily practices. You know, like what is it that fuels us so that we can be even more of service to our clients, our loved ones, our family, the world? Like for me, it's meditation. Meditation is like my go-to, connecting with source, God, universe, whatever your name is for it. Mine is God, right? And being able to get still and quiet and tap into that stillness and bask in it. Like they, all the great teachings say, real meditation starts after all the techniques and you get into the stillness. And I love it. I love it. That's why I'll do like all day meditations, like once a month, sometimes more. Yeah, I love it. I used to go on retreats out in the desert by myself for 3 to 7 days and just meditate. And I want to get back into that habit again. All right. So what fuels you, Brandi?
Okay. So you cut out there. So you were saying what fuels me?
Yeah, like what are your daily habits and practices that fuel you so you can serve more?
I like to make sure that I am popping on Zoom with as many people as possible because I actually get energized the more I'm helping people. So it actually just makes me feel so much better than just sitting in my office by myself, spinning on whatever I'm working on. So it's that interaction with people that really makes it work.
Nice. Thank you. All right. Let's go to Terry and then Susan.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
What are your daily practices that give you the rocket fuel to then help so many others?
When I wake up in the morning, I don't get out of bed until I do a quick shift, which is the coherence shifting out of my head into my heart. That is the very first thing I do. I lay there for at least 5 minutes. Then afterwards, and everything that I do, it's about gratefulness, grateful for this, appreciative for this. And then I go downstairs and I meditate. And like you, Tiffany, I love meditating. And I haven't done that in the last 3 days, unfortunately. And you notice a difference. You really notice a difference when you don't do that. For me, it's a big deal to do that. Also, because I'm certified in emotion code and body code, I use it for myself. I
Love those tools.
I love those tools, and I clear out whatever it is that's not working. When it is working, I clear it out. When it's not working, I'm sorry. When it is working, it's a wonderful thing. When things aren't working, I use those tools to help me clear out what is happening. And the most important thing is I also call in my enchanted boardroom. I have a boardroom of 23 ascended masters who I work with. And when I don't call them in the morning, for some reason, I forget, which is rare. But when I don't, I notice a big difference in my day, that I'm not as tuned in. I'm not as connected as I want to be. So it is about bringing those, they're my board of directors. And when we bring them in, it's just so awesome because I know when they're in my heart, I'm doing exactly what I meant to do, when I meant to do it, and how I meant to do it. They really keep me grounded. My grounding mat helps too.
Nice.
Under my desk.
Wonderful. Susan, what are your practices?
Okay, so here it is in a nutshell. If it's not fun, I fix it. That's it. That we are here to have a good time. We are not here to struggle. And, there is a level of, like, I call it a fun factor of 8, 9, and 10. And Tiffany, you and I were just at the LA Film Festival together, and it was game on. Like, we had this conversation about whether this piece of furniture in the hotel room was an ottoman or a hassock. Seriously, like, has anyone heard of the word hassock? Do you know what a hassock is? Yeah, the Northerners do. The Southerners do not know what a hassock is. It's an ottoman. So, and there's just a level of joy that comes with fun that we've not had since we were kids. And bringing that back in, like laughter, like the real crying, peeing in your pants, belly turning, yeah, that kind of laughter, that changes lives. And a daily practice of laughter, if it's not fun, I got to fix it. But I do the normal things, like I shower at the end of the day because I wash my day away. I live right on the ocean, so I have my intention that everything that no longer serves me and clients, like out it goes with the tide, and the new codes, the new information comes in with the tide. And that happens twice a day. So there's always consistent outgoing stuff and incoming new things, new awarenesses, new opportunities for joy, abundance. And, it has been a change factor for myself and my clients when we take a look at, wait a minute, are we having a good time? Yeah, not so much. Okay, then immediately we need to fix this. And it's our job to fix because we are creating our reality. So if you're not having fun, let's get on board and fix it. And we're going to do that with you on October 17th with Tiffany's Summit. We can't wait to see you there. We're going to have so much fun. You will not be the same person you were before you showed up.
Thank you. And yes, sign up with the links that each of them have put in the chat for you so that we can get you here on the 17th and do deeper work than even what we're doing today, which in a moment here, we are going to step into some like blessings for humanity. But I just wanted to comment on the fun factor for a second with Susan. Yeah. When we were playing a month ago or whenever it was for the Los Angeles Tribune's International Film Festival, because we're both in Pillars of Power movie, and then LA Tribune is also creating Rise of the Lioness and the Money Matrix, and they have a whole film division. Well, Susan invited me to come over to her hotel, and we had a hair and makeup person. She did like massage and body work and makeup, and we laughed, and like it was so fun. Like we made it fun. Right? So I love that about you, Susan. Thank you.
The fact that we're still laughing now about something that happened then, like, what if that's what life's about? Instead of bringing up the past that was traumatic and what happened to you and what happened after that. And that's what therapy does. And that's why therapy doesn't work. It's about in the present moment now. Like, how much fun can we have together? Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So, as we transition here into opportunity to do some blessings for humanity. And the way I'm going to lead this today is we'll start with a prayer. You can pray in whatever way resonates with you. We're going to imagine the earth in front of you like a small ball, and we're going to raise our hands blessing the earth. So you can be aware of your heart and your crown and just bless the earth, bless humanity in whatever way resonates with you. I'll put on, some nice relaxing music, and we'll do that, for the next couple of minutes and do our part to raise the vibration of our world. Okay? Teachers, spiritual elders, angels, saints, helpers, and guides, thank you for showering every person, every being on our planet with tremendous healing, with tremendous light, with prosperity and abundance, with goodwill and the willingness to do good, blessings of healing on all levels, spiritual healing, mental healing, emotional healing, etheric healing, physical healing, prosperity and abundance healing, healing for relationships. May there be peace within, peace without, a strong desire to do good. Thank you, God, for guiding their thoughts, their words, their deeds to be in alignment with your love, with your peace. May there be an upliftment of humanity, of the consciousness within every person, every being. May there be blessings of clean air, clean earth, clean water, blessings for nature, blessings for all the animals. Thank you for compassion, love. Thank you for shining your light so brightly that it casts out the darkness. Thank you, God. And if anyone would like to add to it, you can unmute and add. It's optional.
I would like to act with peace, love, joy, and gratefulness. All things are possible. Choosing those is choosing for you. Choosing you is choosing for others. And choosing for others is choosing for all. There is no separation. We are all connected. Thank you in love and light, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you, God. Thank you. Amen. So, I try to bring conscious, loving people into my world and into the summit. So, may these blessings continue to permeate and help everyone who's watching and your loved ones. So now we're going to talk a little bit more about the summit. And, this summit is on Friday, October 17th. It's going to be live on Zoom. And there will be a few pre-recorded spots, but it's going to be live from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Pacific time. And that's noon to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And all of the speakers have gifts for you. We have amazing and incredible gifts. Everyone who signs up for free gets a free gift. And then we also have VIP gifts, that are worth at least $3,000 or $4,000 of extra gifts that you'll get, plus lifetime access to the recordings. So I'd like to invite the speakers to talk about, what is your topic that you're going to be weaving in, and tell us about your gifts. Who would like to begin? All right, Susan, you volunteered. You can go first.
Well, I gave everyone else a chance, and I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to jump in. Yeah, I'm so excited. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be unlocking abundance through soul alignment. That's what we're going to do when you're on with me. So anything and everything that locks, blocks, and stops you from perceiving, knowing, being, and receiving all of you and what your soul is here, what your soul's goal is all about. We're going to do that. We're going to take live audience members, and we're going to be shifting their reality right there, right in that moment. The good thing about the clearing work that I do is it doesn't expire. There's no expiration date on it. So you can listen to it now, again in the future. If you miss it live, you can listen to the recording and again in the future, and you will continue to unravel different layers and things that have been stopping, locking, and blocking you. So one of my free gifts is going to be a second Tuesday free event that I am having, and I'm so excited. We keep things really simple for me because I spend more time outside of the third dimension than I do inside the third dimension. So calling it second Tuesday and Wednesday and having it be on second Wednesday was perfect. My marketing team, they know me so well. they're like, Susan on second Wednesday. I'm telling you, it's got to be easy and fun. For me, that's fun. So we're going to do it. We're going to be clearing in 90 seconds or less on the second Wednesday. So you will, just for registering that, you will have a free invitation for that. And then my VIP is going to be an incredible like blueprint for creating greater in your life, from wherever it takes everybody from wherever they are into the next perspective, the next step, the next stage, the next phase, whatever that is for you, because we are going to be looking at the wins and stackable wins, and we're going to have documentation for it. So I'm going to take you through that together, and we're going to change the world.
Nice.
Thank you, Tiffany. So thank you for putting this on for all of us.
Oh, my pleasure.
I love being in service to humanity, and this allows me to be in service to greater amounts of men and women. So blessings. Thank you. Gratefulness.
Thank you. All right. Brandi.
It's my turn. Hi. So my topic is actually talking about how, we kind of use duct tape in our lives to kind of piece our lives together, and we're all over the place a little bit. But being able to take that and, sync that up into, streamlining our lives, getting our lives back in, where we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be working on. And so my first gift is from Duct Tape to Done For You. So we actually talk about, how we take stuff off your plate and how you can get back to what you're supposed to be working on and what you're supposed to be, your purpose, your mission, your vision, and not so much of that, the busy work that's distracting us from that. But also my VIP gift is talking about, it's dopamine by design. So it's all about strategically putting in the dopamine into our lives and into our programs and into our services that we provide to our clients, making sure that we are intentionally putting all that fun in the right spots. So my VIP gift is a dopamine by design strategy call, and I will sit down with you and help you figure out where to put the dopamine and the fun into your own services.
Nice. Thank you. Terry.
My topic is activate your inner CEO and make great decisions. As entrepreneurs, we often second guess ourselves when we're making decisions because we have so many of them to make. And it's a little mini workshop on how to work with mind mapping, integrate the head brain with the heart brain, and understand the differences that come up when we create these mind maps. And it's so much fun because people look at me and go, oops, I just lost my headset. Sorry.
I can still hear you.
It's the Cuban in me. The hands are going. When we what was I saying? I'm sorry, lost my track of my.
We were talking about topics and gifts.
Yeah, activate your inner CEO. So when you activate that inner CEO, we go, we do an exercise which is part of the practical mind, and then in that little time frame, we're going to go into doing a little mini quick shift, and then we're going to get into the emotional heart, and you'll be able to see how the decision that you have to make, you'll be able to look at it from a 360 perspective. And it's a lot of fun to be able to do that. And then my VIP gift takes it a lot further and how to implement activate your inner CEO in all areas of your life. So It's pretty much get the VIPs so that you can get the full on program to be able to activate it and work with it with the journal prompts in each of the areas.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So for me, I'm going to talk about ka-ching, your money space. And my free gift is my financial abundance boost, which has 15 days of mini prosperity healings. So 10 to 15 minutes a day for 15 days of prosperity and abundance and money miracles.
Highly perceptive people academy.
And we're gonna be also playing throughout the whole summit, just so you know. Like, I have a games master who's playing inspirational music, fun games, in between speakers. This is a lively event, folks. So this probably gave you a little tiny teaser of it. And then for my VIP gift, I'm giving you Returning to Your Peace Place. And there's 3 classes in it. So it's got money space, time space, and a health space. Okay, so I talk about all 3 main areas in your life and how to get back to peace and harmony, health and vitality in all of them. Okay. So come to our summit, play, have fun with us. We're amazing, fun people that enjoy being of service to humanity and to others. So we'll see you at the event. Bye for now. Okay, ciao.